And if you wedge every piece of clay you ever get for like, 32 years, for example, because of that picture.
You have to become the person.
I make sure that my students clean up well and leave the studio as they would like to find it. So yeah, if anybody comes in and the studio's messed up, they know it was not mine. Yeah. Oh, and if you guys want a towel, we have them in this little box. Just for your hands. They're not for cleaning up the wheel. We use the great big sponges for that. I'll put that there in case I need to demo. Not, oh my gosh, yes, you throw pots. So did you learn to center that way?
So I do it a couple different ways. Sometimes I go in and push this way, and
Yeah.
then sometimes I go straight up.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the different ways are very valid. You know, 30,000 years ago, they didn't have formal pottery classes, so everybody just kind of learned on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And really, pottery wasn't formalized until about, well, formalized / modernized, until about 5,000 years ago in Sudan, believe it or not, or Sudan. I don't know how it's pronounced by someone who lives there, but whatever way. So yes, we can thank Sudan and their potters for our modern. You should know I am easily confused.
So I was listening the whole time,
Okay,
but if you could walk us through it, that would be
absolutely.
great.
Okay.
So get it wet first, right?
First thing, yeah, but not soaking
Sliding.
wet. Yes, excellent. Just like, you know, when the rain just starts and your tires are still gripping pretty well, well, that's kind of what you want here. My two favorite things are eating and driving. So, and, well, football.
At the same time?
A lot of times, yes. Eating, driving, and listening to a football game, I call that the most joyous day ever.
How did you feel about Tennessee's run in the baseball tournament?
I
I mean,
mean,
you had to root for them.
I did. I didn't want to. I was forced. I was rooting for UVA first,
Florida,
but
if you go too far.
What a joke.
wasn't it?
I know.
I was
You go
so
too far.
mad.
If you go that way, you go something
Please,
different.
God, get it.
It actually helps to like keep it moving spots almost. And, like,
Okay, so you're aiming for the very middle. That may or may not happen. You're gonna throw this hard,
that was not hard.
harder. Yes.
Throw it
My
like
last
you mean
teacher
it.
didn't believe in like throwing it.
Okay, well, bless their heart.
He was like, you just put it and then like pat it into place. You don't have to throw it.
He doesn't know.
I know.
Was he high
I
at
don't
the
think
time?
so.
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Because you can say some
Anyways,
weird things
I
when
feel
you're
like
high.
I have a lot to learn. Like
Yes.
everything.
Yeah. Okay, well, but the good news is your body is going to have muscle memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Regardless of what your instructor taught you. So yeah, you're going to want to throw it down.
So is your spinning when you did it or not?
Yeah,
No.
but mine was not even in the circle.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry, because take both your hands and push to the middle.
All right. Whoops, no spinning.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Whoops.
Yes!
Not even close?
I know.
Perfect. That's fine.
Okay.
Now, push it or pull it into the middle, but don't break that seat. There, perfect. See? Ta-da.
Beautiful.
Now we're all in the middle. Now we get the sucker going. You want it to be going about medium. And by medium, I mean like You can press it all the way down and then bring it back till the foot pedal is basically flat, and that'll give you a medium speed. You'll decide on your own what's your best speed. Okay, then you want to get your hands very freaking wet. I will try not to curse. Sometimes you have to. If you have to whisper
Perfectly
a curse word to the clay, then that's okay. Because I'm
It
serious.
needs to know.
Yeah, you do. It needs to know who's in charge. So if you do need to say a word to the clay, feel free. Okay, super wet. Push with the left hand. In and down with the right hand. And your goal is to hold your hands still. Y'all, Andrea and Patrick, are doing amazing. Your technique is excellent. Keep those forearms braced like they are. And yeah, you're just both doing great.
Mine's really flopping.
Yes. Possibly more
Get your
water.
hands more wet.
And maybe push a little harder. Give it a little more.
How's
Yep,
That's how
there you
movies
go.
on goats.
Okay, the way to tell
Look at you.
if it's centered is to hold your finger very still
Whoa.
right at the
That's
edge.
okay. Just leave it.
okay.
And if you feel bump, 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 it means not quite. But if you feel like no bumps, then that means it's centered.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Good. And yes, centering is the hardest part. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to center, except like not more than 5 minutes, because if you,
Starting
I
off.
know, right?
Yeah, no.
If it takes too long, your clay is gonna absorb so much water
Oh.
that it's basically gonna flip you off, and it will not do anything. It'll just, ooh, I learned a new word 2 weeks ago. It will deliquesce.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that word.
I don't use words I can't spell.
Oh, I can spell it. I read like
How we doing
a
here?
firefly on meth. I mean, constantly. I know,
I
right?
don't know how we're doing.
I couldn't think of a good example of something that would read quickly, so yeah.
This centering business is not easy.
Now, this is how you tell if it's centered yet. You, of course, brace your forearm, hold out one finger until you just touch the surface. If your finger doesn't move when it's touching the surface,
Pretty good.
you're good. If you feel bump, bump,
Yeah,
bump,
I know. Missed the.
you're not quite. Now, if you try to center, you know, for a few minutes and it's, you don't think you're where you want to be, I might need to adjust your
That would explain it.
splash pan. Yes.
So, okay.
It is definitely not you. I think, no, sometimes people, they put them on wrong because they have to go under that little metal thing. Okay, loud noise. There we go.
You know, that's gonna make all the difference.
I think it will make a big difference.
Here we go.
Yes. Okay, now, do I have permission to grab your hand?
Absolutely.
Sweet. Put them on there.
You're putting.
And then I'm gonna grab them. That's how much water you want. And then.
Oh, yeah,
There.
yeah, it's much harder than what I was doing.
Perfect.
Look at that.
Dude,
Wow.
whatever.
She did it.
No, I really didn't. I just encouraged his hands to go where they needed to. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it's not fair. I've railed against it for years. Men get an automatic advantage. It's called testosterone. They develop muscle by breathing.
Yeah.
I was a bodybuilder for years, and I didn't go in for that creatine or any of that crazy stuff. I ate, the meat and potatoes my peasant people raised me on. And
Wow,
but
that's
but
good.
I always got so angry with men because they could like do 2 sets of something and their muscles would double, and I'd have to do like 12 sets or whatever. It's fine. I'm not bitter. You can tell.
You're so ripped.
I am ripped
Yeah.
because
So that was cool.
I've been doing this for
There's a big difference from
11
electric
billion
press
years.
and
Yeah.
My legs, on the
How
other
big is
hand,
your
are just
chocolate?
sad,
Yeah.
sad chicken.
You're not making a home?
I have sad chicken
Um,
legs.
And
I
Number
know. I'm
yeah,
like,
she didn't really
I had a
use those, but those
dream
visuals are really
that I got a job at your farm.
oh.
2/3.
Yeah,
And
I make it
cool.
I was out working in the fields,
Uh-huh.
and the part of the dream that stuck was I was bringing in whatever,
whatever I
and
guess.
I got down in a squat
Mhm.
and went up, and I was like, and then the dream skipped 4 hours or whatever, and I was home in my kitchen going,
Yeah, you
yeah, I
don't
got a
wanna be-
great quad workout today.
That's what I was doing. I was lifting like 50 pounds. Well, deadlifts with tomatoes and then moving it into like 100-pound squat
Yes,
at work.
yes.
I already
Squats,
made the 400 club first week at the gym.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm not going to 500. Not training.
Back in the day,
Was that lifting,
My
lifting
peak.
400?
Yeah, they do this thing where it's like your combined deadlift, squat, and chest press, like has to
Mhm.
equal 400 or more.
That's a lot.
when I was bodybuilding, I was still in school, so I had this just amazing state-of-the-art gym,
Like this?
and we had a recumbent sled.
Ooh, uh-huh.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
My legs would do 900.
Oh, the speed?
Women's legs though are incredible.
Thank you. And plus, I've been riding horses and roller
Yeah.
skating and swimming for years by that time.
It's just so like,
So,
yeah, it's fascinating how like women's training with like legs and all that stuff is so easy.
yes.
Or not down, sorry, towards you.
Okay, that was my peppermint gum. It became dead and there was no more taste. So please tell me if I need a fresh stick, because I get close to you guys when I, grab you or throw water at you or what have you. Also, if I forget to ask before I throw water or touch you, I am so sorry. I know that I need to ask, and I do, except when I have a moment of seniority. We'll call it that. That sounds way better than I'm old and my brain is Swiss cheese. Oh, beautiful. Very freaking nice. Patrick.
Mine?
Yes.
Really?
Okay, now, before you start pulling, I'm going to slow down. And sometimes I'll yell from across the room, slow down, you're going to give me a heart attack. Okay,
Sometimes
not that
that's-
slow.
No, no, right.
That's perfect. And you can take your foot off the pedal now, and it'll stay at that, well,
Oh, it'll stick?
yeah, it'll stay at that.
Interesting.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's so
See that idea?
you don't get
I
excited.
was trying to tell you that.
Okay.
Yes. That's so you don't get excited. And you know how you do, when a really good song comes on and you floor your car and you're doing 100 before you know it on the interstate?
Oh, he knows.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm a
Hey,
gearhead.
just do your work there.
I'm an old gearhead. I had a 67 Mustang, and it was a 289, but we boarded 60 over and put a slap shifter in. That thing would fly. I named it Mosey. I put that on my plates because I thought that would keep the cops from pulling me.
That's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have
Yes.
a local.
There you go.
Well,
Fab.
I was trying to pull it
yeah,
up in my
it's
phone
not
with too
right.
much into
It's
it.
like how do
Okay.
you feel up? I've got different tops and real thin sections. Look at all the sections.
Okay.
Make it more even.
I should get a couple. Clean
That
up the
is
things.
just a question
I
of
don't know what to do.
not pinching your fingers together,
Okay.
which is a natural thing to do. And sometimes if you pinch instead of just support and push,
Okay. So what I'm doing on the inside is just straight up.
you're just straight up and down.
I'm
Yes.
sure I was going with
How about
this. So
that?
if I'm straight up and down, and then this side goes in.
Right.
I'll do
This side goes in.
That's where you're going.
And that's where you
Mhm.
pull.
Exactly.
Now, I might be able to finish that out, it might just twist off, because it's pretty thin.
And if you're able to brace your forearms
Yeah.
as you're doing that, if you have to scoot your chair, yeah, that's what I have to do. And then I have to just go like this.
Yeah.
No one
Okay.
is going to judge your posture or anything.
And it's a
I'll
fair
leave
amount
it
of
there.
water on both hands.
Oh,
Yes.
Let me go.
No.
Okay. let's go ahead and stop your wheel,
Stop and move.
and we'll find out what happened.
I dug a hole on this ice cream.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so, two things. Thing one is that somewhere after you had centered it, like during your opening or your pulling, your hands were moving with the clay instead of like holding still and stabilizing it. You basically, do you ever ride horses? Thank God. Okay,
He's lying. You ride horses?
that's
I've ridden horses all my life.
saying,
You should get to know your dad.
yeah, you ought to. So, do you have a stable of Arabs right now that we could go ride? I'm just saying.
No, but I have a motorcycle. Does that count?
Oh, God, yes! Okay, I'm sorry. We're leaving, to go get the motorcycle, and, I'll be back at 8 to, like, help you guys clean up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so, if you get on the horse and you have no idea what you're doing, the horse will do whatever it wants, which is usually to go under a tree with a low branch and knock you off.
Right.
The clay is the exact same way. I know this is a little nutty, but I seed a tiny bit of sentience through the clay. It will fight you, and you must not let it win. Show it who's boss with the centering and then with your pulling. So, another thing that happened right down at the bottom was, and this is really hard. No, not too deep, but instead of letting your finger be just like straight up and down and being a brace, so it's so easy and it makes so much sense to pinch the clay between your fingers. And yes, that will make it come up quicker, but also
Things that
you're gonna get too thin.
Yeah.
So try to be aware of what your inside hand is doing. And just, this hand, right hand, is just with the sponge, gonna be pushing
I wasn't even
in.
doing it with the sponge.
You didn't. I don't know. Right?
Yeah, I should have asked more questions, because I was doing good and then I started making stuff up.
You're fine. It's literally fine. So, okay, you want to watch me again real quick?
Sure.
Do you want to go over there so you can actually see what my hands are doing? Okay. Because sometimes that helps. And if it doesn't, we'll, yes.
So, do I need to get a new piece of clay or can I still fix it?
I know, but I should have asked it. So
Here we go, let's try
That
it.
happens
I'm gonna
like
put my
once
hands
a
on
week.
yours, is that
Okay, that's
okay?
fine.
Thank you.
Well,
I love your
kind of
beads,
understand
are they
what I did,
Jasper?
but,
No, they're just, I don't think so.
I just-
Yeah, they're
I just
stones, for sure. If I don't miss my guess, they're Jasper.
Okay.
Yeah. This one could be jade,
Jade, yeah.
the light green. Oh, they're good. I'm sorry, I just grabbed your
You're
hair.
good.
Oh my God.
You're
I
good.
didn't even ask. See, I take liberties. I should be shocked. Just be aware that I'm aware
Okay.
that I need to be
Okay.
shot. Okay. Preferably with a spitball.
Okay.
Because I don't want lasting damage, but I accept that, you know, yeah, okay. So, we're gonna push in here and down here. Yeah,
Okay.
okay, but let that go
Oh, okay.
because that is still viable.
Okay.
And, okay, gently release. And there you go.
Oh, okay.
That is very, very freaking close.
Okay.
Perfection is not going to happen in clay. Unfortunately, all of us artists in here are perfectionists, right? It's one of the beautiful paradoxes of clay. Yeah. So try not to hold yourself to an impossible standard and try to have fun. And as long as you're having fun,
Absolutely.
I say that's what it's about. Okay, so I'm gonna finish centering this little dude. Okay, now I'm gonna remove my hands slowly so you can see what they're doing.
Okay. Okay.
Kind of cup there and kind of pushing down there with equal pressure. And then if I hold my finger very still and just barely touch it, you can see it goes around with that boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm only gonna go down about that far,
Okay.
just because I don't want to go down too far.
Yep.
And
So there
then
you're pulling towards you?
I am.
Okay, this is where I started to mess up.
Aha! Excellent.
I was probably pushing down.
Ah, yes. See, you,
Yeah, that's what I did.
if you push down and go over it, that's fine. That's compressing it. However, if you push down a lot, you're gonna wind up on the wheel head,
Right.
and you're gonna have a succulent pot.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so pull towards me.
yep. And you don't have to open it very far at all
Okay.
to make a pop. So then this is where the left hand is gonna do absolutely freaking nothing
With left hand, okay.
for all intents and purposes. And the right hand with the sponge, you're gonna use some muscle
Very cool.
and you're just gonna push and go straight up. See how the left hand is
Yeah.
just like doing nothing.
Yeah.
It is normal, natural, and easy
To push both of them.
to push
Towards each other.
down with your left or to push them towards each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. got it.
So it's like that. Okay, so then, okay. So we get height. Once you have your height, you still want it to be pretty thick.
Okay.
Because as soon as you go for width, it's going to use up a lot of that thickness. Now this is where your left hand gets to play. So your right hand is just kind of there to brace. And your left hand, I'll let you see what shape my fingers are when they come up.
So there you were putting pressure with your left hand.
Correct.
Got it.
The left hand makes it go out. The right hand makes it go up.
Got it.
Does that
Okay.
make sense?
It looks so easy.
I know, right? Get with me in 30 years if you've kept throwing, and you're gonna make it look way
All
easy.
right.
Also, you're gonna make bigger pots than I will because A, I'll be 90, and B, you have testosterone and I don't.
So you're 60.
Yes, yes, and I look 100.
I did the math. That had nothing to do with looks.
It's a rough life. Oh, bless your heart. You're very kind. Yes. Well, and also inside, I'm 21,
Oh, wow.
right? Outside, I'm 60.
So do I take this old one and
You
start all
know,
over or what?
you may keep it, or you may choose to
I mean,
toss it on
is
the
this
thing.
salvageable? I don't mind. What would you do?
I would start a new one.
Okay.
I would throw it on the plaster board.
Okay.
We've got, is that clock right
Yeah.
this time? Really? Somebody actually said it? Rock on. Oh my goodness, yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
All right, let me get to it.
Oh, also, you can tell I'm very excitable. And so I hope I don't startle anyone like I just did to Brianna.
So to take, I'll take us, use this to get it off there?
Yes. And,
Should we
okay,
finish?
so I'll show you the best way to get it off. When you've decided that pot's not fit to live, cut the main part off, then use your knife, put it blade down,
With the right hand.
and just, there you go.
Okay. And it's spinning the whole nine now?
Yes, most good things will happen while your wheel is going.
Look at this thing.
I mean, it's
How does
darling.
that-
If it didn't have a big hole in the side, I would tell you.
He
to
looked at me and he was
keep
like,
it.
I think I stuck my thumb in it. I was like,
That's very possible. You know, thumbs, don't they have a mind of their own?
Look at that.
There you go.
I bet you can do that.
right.
And actually, you could probably get more off.
Yeah.
You want to, like, hold that tight. And yep, perfect. Awesome. Now, you're good at centering, and we know that. So, oh, nice, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I feel it's gonna
Gorgeous.
get more even.
Yes,
I'm just trying to remember all this
and it will come back.
steps. Yeah.
Here's the other joy that is just nuts. Not as nuts as me, you know, but it's kind of weird. So, after this class, you will, like, you know, drive home or somewhere, and you will, like, do the things you do all week long. And then hopefully you will come back next Monday. And your subconscious will have been working on making pots the whole time. So when you come back after tonight, you're actually going to be better when you start than you were when you left tonight. It's crazy, but I love it. Now, Andrea,
Andrea.
Andrea, this is the point at which I say, stop touching me.
It's so cute.
It's beautiful. And this is the time to get it off.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Good.
One thing that perfectionist artists run into is we do not know when to stop.
Mhm.
And we will keep jacking with something until we crash.